chop like me. Hey nigga, you don't get that guap like me. Hey nigga, you don't gotta watch like me. Stop the clock like me, hit the block like me. Hey nigga, you don't got that chop like me. Hey nigga, you don't get that guap like me. Hey nigga, you don't gotta watch like me. Stop the clock like me, hit the block like me. Like a 600 Benz, that's the way I shine. Like your neighborhood hustler, that's the way I grind. Another nigga like Charlie is hard to find. Even when I was a shawty, my bras was fine. I'm fine like wine, I get better in time. If you think I'm talking cheap, I can change your mind. I know they hear the flows, man, out of control. Sometimes I'm angelic, way out of my soul. Keep it going like the Matrix, ain't no stopping the dough. Spit it like Busta Rhymes when I give you some more. If you come to the lab, I can get you some dro. See, the truth is, I really got my heart from the city. I can fuck your life up like you're losing a kidney. All my homies hustle too, so they moving it with me. And we all ain't shit like Bobby and Whitney. Yeah, nigga, you don't get that chop like me. Hey nigga, you don't get that guap like me. Hey nigga, you don't gotta watch like me. Stop the clock like me, hit the block like me. Hey nigga, you don't got that chop like me. Hey nigga, you don't get that guap like me. Hey nigga, you don't gotta watch like me. Stop the clock like me, hit the block like me.
I am a hot tamale, I get the guacamole. I am what you trying to be, homie. I'm not the phony. I am the rhyme snapper, 9-pack, the linebacker. Get that quarterback, take the quarter, flipping in the mortar stacks. Deliver like UPS. If the Uzi sweats, it'll leave you woozy, oozing from your Coogee vest. You see the caddy, you see the watch, you see the chain. But when your bitch give me brain, I'm fly like an aeroplane. I carry your dame up, it's nothing, she don't care, no shame. Boss, it's a gift to be in the presence of the kid. I'm smoking big perk while you sit through residence in your crib. Where the paper at? You trap, I got the lab. Only projects you dealt with is arts and crafts. We got paper stacked up like Kinkos. Ain't even made rap money yet, so don't think flows.
Hey nigga, you don't get that chop like me. Hey nigga, you don't get that guap like me. Hey nigga, you don't gotta watch like me. Stop the clock like me, hit the block like me. Hey nigga, you don't got that chop like me. Hey nigga, you don't get that guap like me. Hey nigga, you don't gotta watch like me. Stop the clock like me, hit the block like me.
What would happen if I ever put my banger down? Bottom boy survivor from them trenches, but he famous now. Remember, I ain't had shit. Tell me I'm gon' make it out. You could lose your life, you play with game, like take the safer route. Fuck all that failure, like we ain't into that. Feed a fuck nigga all these slugs, like you can't get them back. Body bag your mans, we hit your top, might knock your fitty cap. If you think it's sweet, like see your striker, get your nigga whacked. Mama always told me once that back though they gon' plot to. Ain't beefing on the net, they talk that shit but still gon' watch you. Thuggin' every show, ain't going in without my Glock 2. Ain't shit to get them touched, head tap 'em, we gon' drop you. If bro don't like 'em, I don't like 'em, like you my op too. Tired of seeing mama cry, like you gon' pull through. I might just bug up for no reason, got some little screws. I try to act like I don't care, but I can't lose you. Gotta watch the ones you call your homie, they might use you. All my niggas steppers, we like fuck who screaming get back. Bitch, we up out trust, I know some niggas push your shit back. He ain't down the ride, he ain't gon' sound like he ain't with that. That switching, knock him down, we ain't got time for all that chit chat. Same one said they down the ride, the same one's changed on me. I might hit that stage and rock it out for different chains on me. Beat that little bitch pussy from the back, might write my name on it. Just pass me the beat like I might snap on, I might sing on it. Like I beat the odds, nobody else thought I could. Strikers on your head, they might just put you in that wood. I don't need no handout, tell a fuck nigga I'm good. Like what would happen if I ever put my banger down? Bottom boy survivor from them trenches, but he famous now. Remember, I ain't had shit. Tell me I'm gon' make it out. You could lose your life, you play with game, like take the safer route. Fuck all that failure, like we ain't into that. Feed a fuck nigga all these slugs, like you can't get them back. Body bag your mans, we hit your top, might knock your fitty cap. If you think it's sweet, like see your striker, get your nigga whacked.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
What's good with y'all? It's your girl Cricket,
It's your boy Uncle Charlie.
and we back. We back.
We back.
We back.
Super Bowl over with.
Yeah.
You enjoy yourself?
I enjoy myself. I got, since I seen y'all last, I got a brand new grandson. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to that.
Yeah.
I don't think your for some reason your mic ain't
My mic ain't picking up.
Yeah, hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Hey, tell Harley I said what up. Oh, give me that.
It's on now.
Say something.
Hello.
Yeah, you good.
I'm good. So
What's up, y'all?
What up, sis? So we back. Uncle Charlie and the committee.
Where we at tonight? Where we at with it?
You know what? Tonight, I thought about, you know what I'm saying? Charlie said, where we at with it? So I had some things I want to talk about. Number one, I was watching, and I don't know if y'all watch. I'm a hip hop fan, and I was on there watching, listening to the, they was talking about who won, like some of the best beefs in hip hop. And they was talking about the LL beef, and when he was beefing with cannabis. Was it cannabis? Cannabis. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, "Oh, that's L. But I'm gonna have to give it to you. I have to say that cannabis won that beef.
No.
You don't think so, C-West?
Fuck no.
See, so if you're a hip hop head, you know that beef started over one simple cannabis saying,
YK, what up, bro?
LL, let me get that mic off your arm, which cannabis meant that as respect, as honor. Man, pass me the torch.
Come on now.
Come on, man, for real. That's what he meant it as.
Cannabis has always been a battle rapper. He always been a lyricist. LL was considered the king at the time lyrically, and he literally took he threw rocks at the crown. What up, nephew? The truth of the matter is this. That 5 4 3 2 1 response that LL did. Mm-hmm. Cannabis never responded after that.
No, but he did respond though. He did come. Cannabis did make a joint, and he really. And I'm gonna have to now. If you talk about who won the war, LL won the war because LL is still relevant. But if you want to talk about who won that battle, Cannabis won that, man.
Look, let me tell you something.
What up, niece?
Let me tell you something, Steph.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry to tell you. Look. Hey, what up, bro? I'm sorry to tell you. Look, the only person in LL's battling history that even came close to fucking with LL Cool J was Kool Moe Dee.
And I agree with that. I agree with that as Kool Moe Dee won, but Cannabis did come out.
I said came close to fucking with LL. Kool Moe Dee didn't win that. I'm a Kool Moe Dee fan, and Kool Moe Dee didn't win that. I'm sorry. LL's pen is too superior. It is. I'm not
saying that it's not.
Cannabis couldn't do shit with that boy.
Come on, man. I'm not saying it's not, but that track Cannabis made was dope. It was dope. LL showed his ego on that when he took that personal.
And look.
Come on, man.
Imagine. Okay.
All right.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Every time somebody throw a stone at Charlie West.
Oh no! I get madder than you. But what we talking about?
And what do I say?
You say let it go.
Let it go. You know why?
And I never do.
You know why? Because I've heard you could if you got good ears you can hear it. Now, truth of the matter is did LL find cannabis as a threat? I'm pretty sure he did.
Maybe.
Right. But every time LL get called out or every time LL is on a song with somebody, he sound way superior. Now, I will say this. The only person that I think battling rhyme for rhyme, on some hip hop shit, only person I think that would hand LL his ass, no homo, is KRS-One.
That's it. Okay, let's talk about that.
Or somebody like a Big Daddy Kane, but it would have to be songs. And even Big Daddy Kane ain't fucking with LL Cool J song for song.
Okay, so You just said KRS-One. Now, don't forget KRS-One had his own beef back in the day.
Against Nelly.
No, not Nelly. Before then.
You talking about The Bridge Is Over?
Yeah, we know. You know who we talking about.
Yeah. With Shan there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he destroyed their ass.
Okay, I'm gonna get. Okay, so y'all, if y'all just tuning in, we talking about who won beefs back in the day, and I told C West that Cannabis got it on LL, so I'm gonna give C West one right now because.
Wait, look, you know what? Remember we said we can't be partial to nobody.
Okay.
So what we gonna do is we got people on live.
Okay.
We're gonna ask the people, hey, look, if you on here and you can hear my voice. The Cannabis, and if you remember Cannabis and LL Cool J's battle, who do y'all think won?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got 7 people on right now. I don't know if it's 7, 10, sometimes Facebook be playing, but if you were around the time that LL Cool J and Cannabis battled, who do you think won that battle? And if you don't know the battle, next week you can still come back in and put your claim in. All you do is just look up.
My niece said Cannabis won.
That's your niece.
She don't agree with me on nothing else. What you mean?
No, I said okay. I said it's your
That's
niece.
one. Thank you.
That's one.
Okay. And so I'm.
She say play both of them. Let's vote. I can't, sis.
Yeah, they won't let us.
The reason why I can't do it is because Facebook gonna cut us off. That's why I was trying to get everybody to go to YouTube a week ago, but everybody really wanted us to do it on Facebook. So we're gonna only do Facebook up until the second week of March, and then everything is gonna be on YouTube. But okay, Perm said LL hands down.
Okay, Perm. Okay. So we got a lot of people.
Burner Gang, LL, hands down.
Okay. All
okay,
right.
so that's 2-1.
That's 2-1.
That's 2-1.
There's a lot of people that a lot of our listeners don't even know who about that battle.
Yeah, but that's why I said if you don't know about the LL Cool J and Cannabis battle, I want to say it was around 96, 97. Yeah. It could have been 95, honestly. If you were around at that time and can recall it, if not, go look it up. This is some hip-hop history. Go look up Cannabis versus LL or LL versus Cannabis and on YouTube, and it's probably a whole breakdown.
Because a lot of y'all, y'all know the recent.
94. It was 94.
Y'all right. Know some. It was 94. So a lot of y'all.
He said LL. So we got 3 LL, 1 Cannabis.
Because a lot of them, they know G-Unit Game. They know Nas and Jay. They know those ones. But they don't know there was some good ones back in the day. Yeah, even before Ice Cube and NWA, there was some beefs back in the day that really, and then there was some secret beefs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was no secret, but DMX and Dog Pound.
Yeah, but that was friendly fire.
Nah, come on now, they went to New York and kicked down buildings on that.
Yeah,
video.
but that was because of Biggie.
Maybe
that was more Biggie in the Dog Pound.
Okay. Yeah, you got to think about it. The Cannabis and LL beef. Cannabis was a new jack coming in, and he had bars. Everybody knew Cannabis had bars. He was hanging out with Redman and them, so he had bars. And I give it to you, LL had the crown.
Please don't compare him to Redman.
I know, that's who he was hanging out with. He was part of their squad. Cannabis was part of Redman and Keith Murray and them squad.
He wasn't a part of that squad.
No, and Redman said it on the interview. Redman said that he said
he wasn't
Cannabis
an official member.
Wasn't an official member, but they was grooming him, and he was like, they said, look, if we thought Cannabis was coming at L, we would have checked him, but he wasn't. He was trying to be respectful. So here's my thing. Cannabis had, and that boy had bars. He still does.
Yo, the nigga get on Smack and read his bars in a battle. He automatically got disqualified from my brain.
Right.
When he got on a battle and didn't know his bars and he was battling somebody and he read it off of a book. So he got disqualified out of the Charlie West Hall of Fame right out the gate from that shit.
Right, okay.
Straight up. We gotta keep it on.
There you go.
What?
See West always see y'all. It's like when you talk about hip hop beefs. Now, okay, so I want all y'all to still think about that, but I'm gonna give y'all an easy one. because right now
it got to be new though.
It is new.
Okay.
So I know everybody just seen the shit Drake came out with against K Dot.
Okay.
You've seen that.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna give my opinion. Drake in no way in hell can fuck with K Dot, and I'm gonna say that because I think that he did that on purpose. I think that he did that because people are starting to say Drake ain't who he used to be. So when he came for K Dot like that, talking about your last album, whoop this, whoop that, and K Dot has not responded. We all know he ain't responded, but I don't think he has to because I think the shit was whack.
I'm gonna be real with you. In no form or fashion can Drake fuck with Kendrick.
Thank you. That's what I said.
No.
That's what I said.
No. Ain't that no.
We not sleeping on Drake. See, my niece said don't sleep on Drake though. We not sleeping on him.
I'm not sleeping on.
Not sleeping on him.
I'm not sleeping on Drake. Drake make amazing songs. He got a amazing 10-year, a little bit more. He got a lot of class. And he do all this shit gracefully. But he got ghostwriters.
Thank you.
So in my world,
Right.
you
She said he not messing with K. You right.
and he definitely not messing with K Dot. He not a walk in the park.
No, I'm not gonna say he'll walk in the park.
But he got
Yeah, but
he got
Pusha T
ghost.
did get him though.
Oh, he couldn't mess with the push.
Pusha T got his tail.
Whoo!
You know what? And I'm gonna be real with you, Charlie. When that beef first started, I thought Drake was gonna end Pusha T.
I don't know how.
I thought Drake was gonna end Pusha T.
I don't know how.
Because, I mean, yeah, clips. You know what I'm saying? Much
What
respect.
up, Berta Blue?
Much respect, but I honestly thought Drake was gonna end Pusha. And when Pusha came, Pusha was like, "Oh, is this what y'all thought? This nigga was gonna walk through the park with me?" And he came out with, I said, "Oh, I said, wait,
Man, look, let me tell you something.
Wait,
Pusha T, even like people confuse because he do cocaine talk in his songs.
right.
But you got the one thing that I don't think people pay attention to is this, right? Do you know? So Clips came out in 2002,
Right.
right?
Right.
So this is 2023,
Right.
So that's 21 years.
Okay.
They came out around the same time, 50.
Okay.
They got notoriety at the same time, right?
Okay.
So you got to think they came out talking this cocaine talk.
Yeah.
And he's consistently did it for 23 years,
Right.
and has never used the same bar. How much can
Facts.
how much can you talk about cocaine? Like do you know the
Facts.
penmanship you got to be able to use
Right.
to never revisit a bar or to never cross up something that you said or forget? Man, that's serious.
Pusha was on a different level, and I think Drake. I honestly think that Drake took him lightly. I think Drake thought he was another Meek Mill. I think he thought he was gonna get him like he did Meek.
I agree.
Yeah, and I think that's what that was.
I agree. But you see how he doubled back and got cool with Meek Mill.
Right. Yeah, he did.
Around the time that all that was going on because,
Right.
you know, it was a smart business decision. Okay, so what else? Where we at?
All right. So y'all get to think on that. Next thing, you know, I always said, you know, I like to get y'all involved, you know, because, you know, that's me. And so I got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all. And my question for the audience is, for the people watching today. Now, in the state of hip-hop right now, and I know we got youngsters, we got old school, old people, but I know a lot of y'all youngsters is history, and y'all know y'all history on rhyming. Which generation of hip-hop? The one today or the previous? And when I say older hip-hop, I'm not going to go far back as to KRS-One and them. I'm going to go back like beginning of Outkast, Ghetto Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's the same. It's the same era.
Okay, so that
So
one.
we gotta go back.
We can go back. So let me ask y'all. The MCs then and the MCs now. Which era do y'all think was real MCs? When I say real MCs, I mean like Charlie said, with that pen game. I said with that pen game, with that real, with that reality and that and things like that. That one or now, because everybody always say, oh, the youngsters today is talking about what they live.
We got to do two things.
Okay.
Okay, so what we got to do is we have to double back.
Okay.
We have to go hip hop. We have to talk R&B.
R&B. Well,
No, I'm saying next.
yeah.
And then we have to talk popular music.
Okay, I'm with that.
Because
I'm with that.
Because our audience is a split. We got a split demographic.
With R&B,
No, stick with the hip
the
hop.
hip hop. So right now with hip hop, I'm gonna say like this: there are some amazing young artists out that I believe. We just named a few: Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake. There's some amazing, and I must even go. There's some amazing artists right now, but I don't think any of them had the pen game that the previous generation had.
Okay.
I don't think any of them had. They didn't have a Scarface. They didn't have a Ice Cube. They didn't have, a E4. They didn't have that. They didn't have that pen game. Them dudes had pen game. Like them dudes sit there and they sit in the studio and write 50 songs. I don't think the youngsters got it.
Now I'm gonna say respectfully. If you put hip hop on a scale from then until now,
Right.
I'm gonna say that the playing field is even.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
My niece said she going with the older MCs. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's an even playing field, because okay, so we go back to the Curtis Blow,
Okay.
the Furious Five, and
Okay.
all of those MCs back in the day, right?
Okay.
The way that the style of music was, it was based off of what they had at that time, right?
Okay.
So when they was digging in the crates, they was developing the sound, and the MC then was the person that backed up the DJ,
Okay.
right? So it went from the MC backing up the DJ, rocking the party, making the party dope, right? And it set the tone for the break dancers. It set the tone for style. It created the music for the cats that was in the streets, that was riding around, the D-boys back in the days, you know what I mean? In the 80s, that was, we know that was like a major crack era, and hip hop was like, the influence of hip hop was needed. But hip hop is 50 years old.
Right. Yeah.
So when we say 50 years old, it was 6 years before me, and you.
It started when I came.
When you came. So the way I look at it is, you got the founders of hip hop, the people that started it, right?
Right.
And we all know that jazz and reggae played a major part in
and
that.
Hip hop. Yep.
Right? Okay.
Right.
So then after that, the next era of hip hop was the late 80s going into the early 90s.
Right.
Which was the Big Daddy Kanes, the KRS Ones, the
Snoop came out in 92.
No, but we talk Snoop really didn't, his influence wasn't as big.
Oh, right.
He was coming in, he was new. He's what Kendrick is to a 50 now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
to those cats. So I would say that
Hey, sis.
I would say the reason why hip hop lasted the time that it lasted was because certain MCs were influenced by the ones before, right?
Right.
And I would say that if you look at it on a scale of the way music is put out and the way the way that rappers rap now, like Eminem, you got Eminem, you got Joyner Lucas.
Right. I love Joyner.
Okay, so when you compare a Joyner Lucas with an Eminem, and you compare a Kendrick or a Kendrick with a Busta, or like those artists, you could see what the influences were, and I honestly think, influence wise, I think that each year it upgraded. Like, cause imagine T Rose being heavily influenced by the Snoops and the Devin the Dudes and Nipsey, right? But see, the thing is if Nipsey was alive, he would have still been a peer of T Rose. T Rose getting the game, Nipsey's a peer. Would have been a peer. He just so happened to like Nip, but Nip didn't mold who T Rose was, because before I knew who Nip was, I heard T Rose's music.
See, and I agree with that, because I think that, like you said, it's a progression. But I'm gonna tell you why one of these conversations came up.
What's up, Robbie?
I was with
what's up, Carol?
Two of my aunts had this conversation with two of my little cousins, and they was talking about it was basically them talking about the songs Cardi B,
Mandy,
and
what's up?
And Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj and them make, right? So my little cousin said, well, I don't see how y'all can talk about how they talk nasty when the same things they saying, the people y'all listen to said it. And I told my little cousin, no, that ain't true. But then my little cousin pointed something out to me, and Charlie, and and I got women on here. So my little cousin started talking about Salt and Pepper's Push It. Yeah. And she was like, so that's saying the same thing.
It was just mild.
She said it was just, they just trying to beat around the bush. And then
Hold on, I got one even deeper than that.
She brought up something that I didn't even think about. I was like, oh, damn.
What about this? Hoes with an attitude.
Hoes with an attitude. Man, she brought, okay, hold on. She started talking about Salt and Pepper.
Right.
She started talking about, what was her name? Sweet. She said, because my aunt and them like to play that old music. And she was talking about, she's like, I listened to that. She said they was talking about how they was messing with their best friends and stuff. And I'm like, where? Yeah, that's true. And
what?
So,
what's that?
Did he just tell me why? Boy, I will never. Okay, we gonna stay positive, son. I love you. He gonna tell me. Because I'm here. I got a podcast. But so I started listening to the older songs, and I started with Roxanne Shante.
Facts.
So, and if y'all ever
that's
heard,
real, Mandy.
If y'all ever heard Roxanne Shante, she talk about dating 3 niggas in the group all at one time. And so I'm like, oh, dang. So they was having this argument. They was like, no, they talk about popping this and popping that. But, hey, they right. It was just, they just changed the words.
Right. Everybody know, the crazy thing is, the crazy thing is this. Nobody wants to acknowledge the fact that black folks recreate tradition,
right?
Even in music.
Your
grandmother tell you to use Epsom salt when your foot hurt, right? And told your great grandmother told your grandma to use Epsom salt. Your grandma told your mama to use Epsom salt. Your mama tell you to use Epsom salt.
Yes.
You tell your kids to use Epsom salt. But and then it's tradition. Oh, you go to a Pentecostal church. Mm-hmm. You can't wear a dress, a skirt above your knees.
Right.
Or you got to wear pants. Or something,
That's
something
crazy
to that effect.
because I'm just saying, while you saying that, we was at, we went to go see my son, T Rose, he on here, who had a baby. And he gonna have the nerve to tell his sister. We said we was going to the store, and my daughter was leaving the hospital. He said, "Wait, ain't you gonna put on a shirt?" And my daughter said, "This is a shirt." She had on a little, a tube top type thing.
Right.
And she said, "What you mean? This is a shirt?" And he said, "This ain't no shirt." And I told him, "When is you gonna stop trying to tell your sisters what to wear?" But you're right about that, because we told women, we tell our daughters to wear, like you said, you got to wear dress, you got to wear this, you got to wear that.
Right.
But they do what they want to do. It's on their own.
Now, when you reflect on music,
mm-hmm.
you got to even look back to the comedians like Mama Mabel.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the stuff she was talking about. You got to look at the stuff that James Brown was saying in his songs. You got to look at the stuff Prince was saying. You got to look at the stuff LL was saying. Now LL for a fact knew him licking his lips. At the first time, them bitches was probably chapped. But every time after that, he was letting the chicks know that he had licked that thing.
So I'm finna ask you a question because you brought him up.
Okay.
I had an argument with one of my great uncles because you brought up James Brown, and I love James Brown. Hey, Teray, I love James Brown, and I ain't gonna say that his music is an influence, but I want you to keep it 100. James Brown was a womanizer in his music.
Yeah, but
he was a straight womanizer. He had no respect for women.
But if you think about it, you got to think of the era that they were in. Like, I'm not saying, and don't take this wrong. Any of my women,
we know Charlie West. Yeah,
everybody know Charlie West. I am totally against being disrespectful to women.
Right.
But I gotta call a spade a spade. You got to look at, first of all, if you in a room and everybody in there getting high. What's up, cuzzo? Everybody in there getting high. Everybody doing drugs. What does cocaine do to you?
And cocaine make you ignorant.
No, cocaine speed up everything.
Oh yeah, it make you want to do the hucklebuck.
Right. So if cocaine speed up stuff and and everything is going and you partying and the music, you setting the tone for the music, the music is dictating a certain vibration, right?
Right.
So that's the stuff that had those people going at that particular time. Now look, he said it's a man's world.
Okay.
But it ain't nothing without a woman or a girl.
Right.
So when you think about it, like he had a sense of
a sense. I give him that.
Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll go to Coco Taylor. Coco Taylor was worse than James Brown with the stuff she said. Even wasn't
nobody as bad as your boy Dolomite though.
Oh, Dolomite was a motherfucker.
Wasn't nobody as bad as your
absolutely.
boy. I mean, look, Coco Taylor.
You're right, cuz it was
Coco Taylor. She spoke her mind though.
But so James Brown did too.
But she had to. But here's the difference though, C. West. When you have a dominated male industry, when you got people like James Brown and Jackie Robinson and all that,
I'll give you one better.
And you as a woman, you want to speak up too. So if you hear a nigga talking about on his songs, he basically saying that he gonna smash and leave and smash his sister. As a woman, you want to flip that and say, well, nigga, this is what I'm gonna do. You also talking about. First of all, the mentality of a person could only be perceived. I mean, you can only look at the mentality of a person based off of how they're raised and their surroundings and where they come from. And so a boy that raised himself, that's country, that was raised around a whole bunch of turmoil, 9 times out of 10 he not gonna be right. He gonna have something. It's gonna be something about. It's not saying he can't be successful, right?
But his perception and the way he perceived life is gonna be way different. Now when you look at stuff from a perspective, when everybody say stuff about James Brown, you had Little Richard,
right?
That had a wife.
That's true. I did not, and I'm gonna say for real, I did not know Little Richard had a wife until recently. I did not know. I did watch this whole thing and read this whole thing on Little Richard and was shocked.
No, Dolomite wasn't making.
Shocked.
Dolomite wasn't making making music. He did put out albums though. Self. He put out albums.
He did put out albums,
and he had music behind it. He was a storyteller and he rhymed. So Dolomite he was a rapper, because even when you watch those old Dolomite movies, he set the tone the same way that African Bambaataa did, the same way that all these other people. He actually had physical albums out back in the day.
But He said that's my cousin, Lil Richard. Lil Richard, man, his story shocked me, Gerald.
Yo, hey, when I found out
Yeah.
Lil Richard was a real husband, really taking care of his family,
kids,
doing
really
all
doing
that,
his thing,
and,
yeah.
you know,
But when you go back and listen,
Yeah,
we're talking about hip hop.
we only saying that. Of course, he was a comedian, but back in the day, he was only considered a comedian because of the times. The
Right.
comedians at that time,
Put it on wax.
they put it on wax.
Richard
So
Pryor.
so he was a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing about Dolomite was really funny. He was spitting game. He was a game spitter.
He was telling. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the truth of the matter is he wasn't a Red Fox.
True.
He wasn't a Richard Pryor. He wasn't a Mama Mabel. He wasn't that. He just at that time he got what he had was different. You know what I mean? Yeah, like way in the jungle deep. The signified monkey stepped on the lion's feet. Like that's real shit. That's shit that we do right now. Like that's MCing. That's bar. He was using bars. You know what I mean? But he created a different lane, in a lane that was heavily influenced by comedy. So he came in and he created the atmosphere. His shit was all band driven and everything. So, you know, when you look at it from that standpoint, it makes sense. He had bars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, let's. So the question. Tell him what your question was again.
My question is which generation was actually like Charlie said, had them bars, had that penmanship, was genuine. Were genuine MCs, because as Charlie just brought up, you know, it's influences down the line. Each generation influenced the other. And my thing about that is I believe that they do influence, but I also think that the newer generation, they might have took the influences, but I don't think that they really.
So I'm gonna give you 10 artists
Okay.
right now
Okay.
that's super dope,
Okay.
and they MCs.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay, Pusha,
Right.
Kendrick,
Okay.
J. Cole,
Cole. I agree.
Toby Nwigwe,
Okay.
whatever his
Okay.
name is. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but if I'm saying it wrong, right?
Okay.
Okay, Nicki Minaj. She got bars. You can't deny Monster.
She got a ghostwriter.
You can't deny her pen. You can't. Nobody can deny her pen. I'm finna say Drake, because can't nobody deny his pen. Drake. You got the young boy from LA. I think his name is well, you got Joyner Lucas.
I love Joyner Lucas.
You got the boy Dex.
Okay.
You got
Okay.
let me see, that's 9. But even with Nicki, you got vets that have been in the studio with Nicki and saw her write her best albums. There's a difference between making a pop album and having a ghostwriter for a pop album,
Right.
and the Nicki that was on the porch on those DVDs where she was raw and spitting it and doing it back then. Even Deborah Anthony, Waka Flocka mom, said that she never heard nobody that wrote and spit like Nicki and spent hours and hours. So I can't disqualify her pen, because she got a lot of
Gerald
people.
said Nicki started off writing.
Yeah, and that's true. Yeah, mixtape Nicki.
Okay.
Yeah, but everybody always say Safari helped Nicki. I think Safari helped Nicki like as if I would have been in the studio with you and you was like, damn, what word would go dope with this? That's what I think the Safari effect was, because I've heard Safari rap.
Oh, I don't like
And when I listen to him, there's absolutely no way that he could have wrote some of the. He's not even like Safari is.
He said Fendi helped Nicki. He said Fendi helped Nicki first.
Yeah, Fendi was on the.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna keep it 100. I even though I think, because her success is not as big at all than Nicki's,
Who?
I think Remy Ma got a pen game.
Oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Remy Ma got a pen game, and Remy.
Yeah, for real.
Remy,
Self.
Remy Ma is dope.
Yeah, real talk, brother.
I used to listen to Remy Ma when she like her underground shit. Remy Ma is dope.
But you know the thing is this is where the shit get.
He said, "Hell yeah, Remy is
Hey,
dope."
look, this is where shit get real cliche at.
Okay.
So I think when you're a super dope MC, it kind of hurts your brand because a lot of the dope MCs definitely can't write. A lot of dope MCs that I've been around, that I've seen, they dope when it come to putting it together, but I don't give them credit. I don't give them credit for making good songs.
That's the thing, though. When he said Remy write all her shit, that's see, and that's what's subjective, though, Charlie, because there's people that only don't listen to the commercial shit. They only listen to the real underground shit. I mean, there's a lot of MCs who are. I mean, okay, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one of somebody who I think I had. May he rest in peace. One of the best pen games ever.
Oh,
Big L. And he gone.
I agree.
But he didn't have that commercial success. Hey, Dalen, another man with one of the best pen games I've ever heard, Dalen Neo Hop.
Hold on. We got Gangsta Bricks in the house. Say something.
Gangsta Bricks in the
what
house.
up, y'all, man? Sorry I'm late, y'all. Gangsta Bricks in the house. I brought my partner with me, man,
We
tonight.
got Black Santa in the building.
Man, my nigga Black Santa.
What's going on?
man.
What's
Black
going
Santa.
on, man?
Okay.
Okay, y'all.
So we talking about
sir.
MCs?
So-
Here's a question.
Okay.
We done brought up a lot. We done talked about a few things, which
Okay.
we gonna get your on the neck. We gonna get your one thing I want you to think about right now.
We can chime them in on this.
Cannabis and LL beef. Who won? So after I want you to think about that because we done already talked about it. But what we're talking about is past MCs, Big L facts. Past MCs and which MCs in those generations. Who were the real MCs? Like who had that strictly real?
No, you said what era?
What era?
Yeah,
Who had the
that's
authentic
important, the
pill
era.
game? What era had that
Had
authentic
the
pen
best
game?
pen game.
What had the best pen game?
Which
Beginning.
era?
The
Which
beginning.
era? The beginning?
I think
beginning,
you
man. Because that's what it was all about. You know, it started off being about, you know, the DJs, and the DJs had an MC.
See, that's right.
That's
And
what he
then,
said.
and then what happened after that is the MCs start to really come in raw, you know what I mean, with that verbals. And
They
then
said LL.
and then it
Said the
kind of
90s.
took off.
That's 5.
Yeah.
So this is what I said Gangsta and Black Santa.
Yeah.
So I said that, like you said, the early influences of hip hop, the MCs was backing up the DJs.
Yeah.
They were the crowd controllers while the DJ was doing his thing. They kept the crowd motivated.
Yeah, while he's mixing his breaks.
Right.
And then right after that era, it brought in the Big Daddy Kanes, the KRSs, the LLs.
I think that's when the pen game
Hold on,
stepped
watch
up.
this though. Now think about this.
Yeah.
Right after LL and those, you got to think Busta Rhymes and them came, Jada Kiss and them came, like Tribe Called Quest.
Dougie Fresh.
You had Bahamadia back then. You had Black Thought, Mos Def, Common.
Yeah.
You had
Sheep.
Twister.
The Flower Child
You
era.
had Black Sheep.
Guru.
You had a in the
Gangstar.
90s.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Gangstar.
Then it took a turn. It went back to the original hip hop, if you ask me, to the beginning, because
When the 90s came, you mean?
no, as the 90s started to fade out.
Wu-Tang.
No, I'm saying
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. I'm saying like, you know, the 90s had the MC Hammers, the Father MCs, the Tone Lokes.
Yeah, early 90s.
Those rappers grossed more money still to this day.
Because it was the pop era of
No,
rap.
It became commercial.
See, that's
It was the pop era of rap, and then that's when they started embracing the white crowd.
Right.
Because it was like party music and white
Look,
clubs.
I always say, you dope when you can make people, when you can bring people into your world,
Right.
and then they feel like they can pick a piece of your world and exist in it.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm gonna tell you something. There's
Interesting
4
way to
rappers
put
that I
that.
think about
I ain't never
that
thought
kind
like
of revolutionized the business part of the rap. You got Sir Mix-a-Lot,
Yeah, that's what
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Tone Loc,
Yeah.
Yeah, Tone Loc.
Young MC,
Look,
and
watch
MC
this.
Hammer.
Crazy.
Watch this. in that era too. We had what's that? I never got caught with a kilo and
MC Breed.
Oh
Breed.
yeah,
Yeah.
Think
no
about
doubt.
that.
Yeah.
So you had MC Breed, you had the reggae influence, you had Patra, you had Shaba, you had, and this was all accepted
90s
in
too.
hip hop.
Hold on, and then you
This
got
is when the
crazy.
small
Hold on.
company. This is
Y'all
when it
are-
was still the Wild Wild West. And
You
the small
forgot
company
one-
still had.
Yep, King
You know what I'm
Son.
saying?
Yep.
And you forgot one group that actually changed the whole way. There's two of them that changed the whole way hip hop was looked at. And I know he know who I'm talking about because he's smiling. Two, Kid and Play and Heavy D and the Boys.
Absolutely.
Oh
Changed
yeah.
the whole
Absolutely.
way.
But
Well, you know what? That was when
Kid and Play definitely changed it.
That was when hip hop was fun.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm
see,
What
saying.
happened
See,
was
that's
when
what
the
made it
West,
fun,
when the West Coast got a hold of it, then they brought
He's
from the West, too.
Oh,
when they
what's up?
yes sir.
Yeah,
You know, so when the West Coast got a hold of it, we put the
Boss.
gang life in it.
hey,
Yeah.
you want
You
to
know
know
what
what's
I'm
crazy?
Right, we
And then
Common-
we show corporate America just how we rock, and that's when different states and different geographical areas, you know, a big corporation to say, okay, let's rock this right now. Let's rock this trend. This trend is going good here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, you had Luke and them. They did it first.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Then NWA came right after
nah,
them.
too short.
But hold on.
I'm talking about on a major level, though.
But see, we talking about things that influence the culture.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to
Okay.
that.
Because if we was to dissect 50 years of hip hop,
Yeah.
like I got a homeboy named Rafi. I wish he was online. He did a hip hop Bible,
Right.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
right? And
Interesting.
he just published recently. I mean, and when I tell you, he got everybody in it. Like
Yeah.
he broke them down. Like, and he's been doing this since the early '90s.
Yeah, he
right?
lives it.
Right?
Really?
And when I tell you, he's a scholar.
Oh, wow.
He's a scholar. He's like a KRS-One when it comes to
Okay.
being a scholar, right?
Gotcha.
So, he would always tell me when you talking about hip hop,
Yeah.
you have to talk about it as an energy versus
Okay.
a culture.
He did.
He said
Rule day
he said because
Shit.
he said because if you call it a culture,
Yeah.
then you just put it in a box by saying it's cult like. So it can't grow. But if it's an energy taps into the body.
Yeah.
And the body
doubt.
has different sensories.
That's why we have so many
Who
different
is this, Charlie?
energy.
right?
Damn,
He said
Charlie.
Jerul de
That's a good
Damaja.
one.
Yeah. He was from New York.
So
Okay.
I got a question. I got a question and a statement at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. So, you know, because I'll be rocking Gucci and Louis at the same damn time sometimes. You get it?
Right.
So, look, this is, what do you guys think
For
that
sure,
was
I
the
got you.
biggest impact to hip hop today? And this is my answer. NWA.
I don't think so.
I'm going to tell you why.
I don't think
I
so.
want to hear.
And I'm not saying they're the inventors of what they did.
No.
I'm just saying they took it
Yeah.
to
facts.
the level of
Self,
where
you
people
fucked
was
up.
doing it now, like
Right.
and not just all of NWA, but just one person,
talking about Q.
Easy.
Q.
Oh, cute.
Okay.
Isn't that a
And
story about
I-
a nigga like me?
I understand where he coming from because
His
we
pen game,
because
the way he told the
but
stories.
I don't. If we
Same.
talk about the biggest
But see-
influence
Hey,
on
baby.
hip hop today,
See,
I'm honestly I can't. If we talk about influences and who influenced hip hop and who made, I can't go with an artist. I gotta go with a producer. And the reason why I gotta go with a producer is because of the simple fact that the producers make the sound of hip hop, and they make that
The
sound
producer is the new
right.
the new DJ.
So if you want to tell me who's been the biggest influence in hip hop as a producer,
Dr. Dre, nigga. Oh, my bad.
you got what you know what I was gonna say, but I'm actually gonna put somebody right there with him. And the reason I'm gonna put somebody right there with him is because hip hop, like Charlie said, there's different layers to hip hop.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dre has a sound, and Dr. Dre, I'm gonna put two of them on there only because I'm gonna say Dre and Timberland. And I got you.
That's
I'ma
a
say-
tough
Yeah.
one.
Only,
Nah,
Drake.
well,
Only
you know
thing
what,
is just Drake. Drake was there first.
I know
Yeah,
what you're saying.
So I would.
Dre, here's the thing. Timberland stepped out. Dre did step out a little because he stepped out with Eve. He stepped out with Mary. He stepped out. But
stepped
Timberland
out a lot of
stepped
people.
out. Timberland stepped out with Nelly Furtado, Justin Timberlake.
That's
Timberland,
not hip hop though.
Usher,
Usher.
Jay-Z,
He stepped out.
Linkin Park.
He stepped out.
Look, so this is why I say it's not good to put the culture in a box.
Right.
Ooh.
Got you.
Ooh.
Right? And the reason why I say that is because some of the major influences in hip hop weren't even MCs. They didn't even do
that's
music.
what I'm saying.
They
So
didn't
we
even,
can't- we
they
can't-
didn't even do music.
So we can't categorize it on just the MCs
Right.
because it didn't start off with just the MCs.
Right.
You right.
Right. So
I ask
You right. Because
So-
before
what's
MCing,
Black
it was
imagine,
DJing
imagine if Breaking never
and
was a
breaking.
movie.
Break.
Yeah.
Let me
Break
ask you
dancing
something.
was before the MC.
Imagine if nobody ever saw graffiti. And,
Graffiti was
but
before the
breaking
MC.
couldn't be a
Beat
movie.
Street.
Listen.
MC
Let
was
me
the
say
line.
this
yeah,
one thing.
a Beat Street. Imagine. Watch this though,
Okay.
Black Santa. Imagine if Run DMC never put the big laces in the Adidas first, and then took them out because they was too tight.
Ooh. So let me tell you, I just changed my
That's
mind of the
crazy.
biggest impact on hip hop, right? Because you just said something that was real fruitful, right? So you said, imagine if Breaking, you know what I'm saying, like the impact on the movie Breaking, but this the name of it is Breaking.
Right.
Okay? That's what an MC was doing at the beginning. He was using breaks in an album to make a sample, a loop.
I'm
You know what I'm saying? So
Black-
that's what break, and then you know what happened after that? They started
Break
developing
dancing.
a dance. It was
Called
the little
break
weirdos
dancing.
in the club, in the house party, on the side doing they break dancing
Dancing,
to the
yeah.
breaks. And then after that, you had the MC
Is
that
that what
came
that
and
song?
started.
These are the breaks.
The
Pump it
breaks.
up. Is that what that
Yeah.
came from?
Breaks.
Yeah.
The breaks.
That's crazy.
Hey, Black
Yeah.
Didn't
Santa,
know.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna throw
That's
one at
crazy.
you that me and Charlie just talked about, and you want to talk about who influenced hip hop, and me and Charlie just talked about it with the people. I'm gonna throw this at you, and this
Okay.
goes deeper. Throw it at you and Bricks.
All right.
Want to know who really? Think about these two albums. Richard Pryor's first comedy album and Dolomite's first comedy album. What did they
Oh
do?
yeah, Mom's Mabley too.
He just said that. He
You know what I'm
just said
saying?
that.
Come on, man.
So, who
Hey.
really influenced hip hop? Because, like Charlie said, say it again, Charlie, way down in the jungle deep.
but see, that wasn't hip hop then.
But
I
it was
understand what you're
rhyming.
saying.
No,
It was rhyming.
No,
It was rhyming.
It was hip hop because
Thank you.
if you go right now and type in Dolomite,
It
it
was
says
rhyming.
it was a rap. It was a hip hop album.
It was
It was
rhyming.
not comedy.
Well, because
No, it-
somebody, I think you can go online and see stuff like that because that's somebody's beliefs and they categorize it.
no,
at
but
that.
I'm saying back then,
You gotta think about it. though.
Dolomite said on the stage, "I'm rapping and I'm tapping."
Thank you.
right.
Who said it before that?
That's why rapping is kind of
I
like you make a good point because
That's
rapping
crazy.
goes
He said they
back
was off that
further.
cocaine.
Rapping goes back further than hip hop.
Back to folk music.
So a lot of people that do hip hop, they be like, man, we ain't rappers, man. We hip hop artists. You know, what I mean, that's that New York East Coast thing.
Yeah.
But now that you say that, rapping go back further than hip hop, and Dolomite was a Southern
Damn.
boy.
Yeah.
Charlie had to
He
tell
was-
me about.
he was rapping to the bitches, you know what I'm
Hey,
saying? So
Charlie
it's
had
like-
to tell me about with Bobby Blue Bland, because my
Oh, yeah.
my grandma listened to it, and I'm
Man,
like,
look,
who?
I told her
He told
Coco
me.
Taylor used
He
to
told
talk
me.
that stuff.
Yeah, Johnny Guitar Watson,
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah, all of them.
Lakeside, slide,
Well, we
flippity
know
slide.
that,
You know what I mean?
Look, hey, look, I even give y'all one better.
I don't know. None
I'll
of these
give
niggas.
I'll give you one better.
Go for it.
Cool in the Game.
Okay, I know about Cool.
Parliament.
I know
Yeah.
Parliament.
Now, Parliament.
Look,
definitely.
hold on. Watch
Parliament,
this though.
definitely.
I know Parliament.
Parliament.
Bootsy
How about we go? Morris Day.
Morris
All the time.
Hey, boy, that was a player for real. I like the boy. That was my
Hey,
nigga.
look. How about we even go further back? Cab Calloway.
Wow.
Howdy.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think that was a cadence? That was the cadence that Heavy D used in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my nigga. I fuck with
Like
Heavy.
people don't even look. Check.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
Charlie don't sound too good.
Yo.
Is you off, Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie
sound a little low,
yeah,
man.
he don't sound too good.
Okay, let me put it back in
I'm
there.
about to say the battery.
But you're right. You real. That's real. Jill Scott Heron.
I mean, you got to think about it. When back then it was the blues. Yeah, I believe you, Gerald. Blues, because when I was telling Charlie that I was listening to, my auntie and them was listening to blues music, and it was depressing. All they kept talking about was a woman leaving them and somebody slept with their best friend and all that. And he was telling me, he was like, that's that. But when you listen to it, they was rhyming. Da-na-na-na-na. You know what I'm saying? They was rhyming.
It's the blues. It's painful.
Now we're going deeper into it because now we got to go to the definition of what defines, rap and hip hop.
Right.
Because are you saying that it's defined by the rhyme?
No, I'm not. I'm saying that.
No.
Hip
You know what
hop.
I'm saying?
Hip hop
Like you
started
said,
where hip hop started. Rapping has to be before
Check.
hip hop because if rapping, niggas been rhyming and rapping before
no
the
doubt.
culture
They was
itself.
doing reggae
Right.
before
Exactly.
hip hop was
so
even
so
invented.
so hip hop is invented when hip hop is invented.
Hip hop
is the
was
baby-
invented off of breaking.
Hip hop
Break.
is
Right.
hip hop
You know what I'm
is
saying? But that's all considered hip hop.
hip hop
Yeah.
is the baby of jazz
Yeah.
and reggae music.
Right.
I
yeah.
think hip hop
Yeah,
is the baby
you're right.
of breaking.
That's Busta
no.
Rhymes. That's Busta Rhymes. If you put
Hip hop
that
is
in an
the
artist
baby of jazz
and reggae.
and reggae.
That's Busta
Because
Rhymes
the first
himself.
break beat-
He's from jazz and reggae.
The first
You know what I'm
break beat
saying?
came from reggae music
Right.
and jazz.
So wouldn't that make hip hop the grandchild?
No.
I mean,
you
know
said
what I'm
you said
saying?
a breaking.
Okay, so breaking would be the father and
No. The father is
Would be what, reggae?
is who started it. If the father planted the seed,
What,
then he's
jazz?
the father.
Well, the grandfather is the father of the
Yeah,
father.
but it wasn't
All right, hold
considered hip
all
hop.
right, y'all. Now look, now we getting
No,
lost.
what we saying is,
Yeah, 'cause I'm
what
getting
saying
lost
is,
anyway.
what I'm saying is hip hop didn't have an official name. Hip hop didn't have an official name until those things happened.
Right.
Reggae wasn't considered rap because it was its own entity in music.
Yeah.
And jazz was its own entity in music. Jazz had bebopping. Reggae always had dance hall and reggae and island and the whole different cultures. And you had people from Barbados.
Yeah.
That everything was a bipartisan in Africa to be real with you.
Right.
Right.
The drums and
Coming back
everything, right?
Yeah. That Caribbean sound is the original African sound.
when that's why I say we can't dissect hip hop as a culture. We have to deal with it as an energy.
Yeah.
Because if you really look at hip hop right now, it's so many things in hip hop that are beautiful and it's so many things that are negative.
Right.
And it's all based off a certain energy.
Yeah.
It's the energy is the perception of what we see. The music we can see the repercussions of the music.
Right.
We can see that Kendrick can make a song talking about love, and then somebody can say, that's my song. I was with my girl in the car when I heard that song. But you can't deny the energy that it brought.
Right.
That's one thing you can't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when people perceive music, they personalize music because it creates a certain energy, it creates a certain emotion. When Marvin Gaye made What's Going On, you heard it in his voice. Yeah.
Man.
He was chanting.
That nigga like, what's going on, y'all? He was talking to you.
Right. He
was
said
talking
picket
to
signs.
you.
He was talking about all this, the segregation.
Yeah.
Like, look, think about this. If hip hop wasn't an energy, right?
Right.
Why did Mississippi just pass the Jim Crow law again?
Which law was that?
The
Tell the
Jim
people
Crow
about it.
law.
See, like
Jim Crow, my nigga.
the Jim Crow law just got passed. If you look, you can look it up yourself,
I didn't even know that was
Oh
still in
no, bro.
right? Like she said, like Mandy saying, he was releasing, he was healing, right? He was healing and he was trying to heal,
Hell yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we have to approach hip hop as an energy.
Yeah.
So then, if that's what we're doing, if we got to approach hip hop as an energy, where did this energy get poisoned at? Because and y'all know where I'm going because
I can tell you that.
We
Man,
went
two
from
places.
I think
we
I
went
can
from
too.
hold on, the energy went from we just talked about people who changed the face of hip hop. We had the fun hip hop. We had the dancing hip hop.
I
We
can-
had
I can tell
the
you.
gangster hip hop.
Watch
We
this.
had the the dope dealing hip hop. We had all that, and now we got the killing hip hop.
Look,
So where did our energy get poisoned?
Hip hop was always destructive. It was always on a crash course.
Think of the foundation.
The only thing that was different was the people that was influenced by hip hop and that was around hip hop actually was progressing.
You think so?
Yeah, because you got to think about it. You got more doctors. You got scholars. You got lawyers. You got a lot of people that were babies from hip hop that hip hop taught that went to school and became successful. That didn't even go to school that became successful. Mm-hmm. The thing about the thing that messed up hip hop is when people stop calling out the bad in it.
Yeah.
You know, like back in the day, if you like KRS-One, when he talked about criminal minded, you've been blinded, right. Niggas was like, Rakim was over here saying, I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Mm-hmm. And it was like, wait, hold on. I like that. He's styling on him. Mm-hmm. But people started splitting up the culture because it was like, people started saying, oh, I like Rakim. Mm-hmm. But it's okay to like KRS-One too. Yeah, it's okay to like Dr. Dre. Mm-hmm. When people started personalizing
that part, right? That's okay word.
It's okay.
That part.
But it was
we left the okay out.
Yeah,
it's okay to. It's okay if you like this nigga and I like this nigga over here. That's got to be okay.
Not even trying to be funny, but what's even crazy when it come to music is. Mm-hmm. People will look at a person mm-hmm. and judge the person mm-hmm. and don't know how to separate the person from the product.
Right.
The only time that people separate the person from the product is if it benefit them. Ooh. If you cooking up dope, right? Yeah. You'll buy it from your enemy if it's safe, because you got to get some money.
If that number right.
Look, if the number right.
If the number right, that shit can bounce back.
Look, now check this out. A girl will go to her best friend's enemy mm-hmm. and get her hair done if she's the best braider in the city.
Mm. Yeah.
Right?
Man,
right?
That's crazy.
And then go to the club
and talk shit about that.
And still talk shit about it.
Still
right?
Talk shit about that bitch.
So what happened? What people started doing was they started. This is why I always say on this show we can't personalize nothing, right? Because look, let me tell you something.
Hard, I ain't gonna lie.
Look. The truth is this. Uh-huh. What make a pastor different from a gay man? Mm.
It's sexual.
No.
What
What make a pastor different from a gay man?
What about if it's a gay pastor?
Nothing. I'm about to say nothing, my nigga. Because to me, I've heard some stories.
You can be a gay man and a pastor.
Listen,
it's quite a few of them.
That was my whole point. What makes the difference between a nurse owning a cafe? Mm. She'll sell you a cheeseburger. Won't know where the beef is coming from, but when you get to the hospital, tell you got to eat better.
Right. Yeah, I got a fat doctor. So and he prescribed me some weight loss medicine.
So
I asked myself, why didn't he take it?
Hey, okay,
you know what's great?
Black Santa is on punishment.
We had on the way here. I was just telling he was telling me a story, and it popped in my head. I was like, you know what, Santa? Sometimes people can know the game, but don't know how to execute it.
That's the exact
like the commentators on ESPN or certain coaches. You know, they have it up here. They they don't know how to execute it physically. They don't have it physically to execute it. So they got it up here.
So with both of y'all saying that, then where y'all saying that it was started off destructive?
Well,
but who actually? At what point did hip hop become poison?
Let me give you my theory on it. Let me give you my theory on it. Being someone that grew up and in the 80s and seeing hip hop develop, I'm gonna give you my theory, right?
Okay.
You know, hip hop is very masculine, hyper masculine. It's a hyper masculine thing because it started in the boroughs with MCs battling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking before, he was saying you know, we were talking about the break beats and how the DJ was the dominant, and then it started becoming MCs battling. You know what I'm saying? Now you might have one DJ with about 3 MCs up there, battling,
getting it in.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we put together the format of what hip hop is gonna be.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying? So now when people start making records, they trying to be the hardest lyricists.
Yeah.
Because that
Your
was
pen game got to be.
that was the requirement at that time.
Yeah.
If you guys can think, it was a lot of times that you know, you might have an MC that didn't have the best beats, but he was a good lyricist.
Right.
You'd be like, man, I wish he, you know, this song right here is my jam just because his beat was better than all the rest of his songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? I used to like artists like Black Moon and Gangstar, but you know, a lot of times Premier didn't make the best beats. I'm gonna be real with you.
The production didn't fit the artist sometimes.
Yeah. Now.
So I feel about Jada.
So I'm just saying that to get to my point.
Okay.
I can hear you.
You guys.
Yo.
Good?
I can hear you.
Yeah. You was a little low earlier.
No, you just not plugged into the back into there.
Okay.
Look at this nigga Cricket nigga. He's always fucking up some shit.
No, that's not it.
It's always the microphone with her nigga. Like this nigga just shorting all the electricity.
Yeah, man. Just don't do that little loud whine in my ear.
We gotta look that up.
Man, give her a step stool because you know she needs.
Oh man, she's gonna put it in the bottom of the
You
thing.
saw that though, right?
Yes, I see that.
Okay, well maybe it go into there.
I see something back there with a little
Just
jack.
plug it in that little piece that's
Little white jack.
No, the white piece.
White piece
Oh,
in the
that's
back.
where it goes.
Yo.
So here's my thing. If I can answer your question and stop beating around the bush, I just had to say that to support my theory here.
Okay.
Right? It's hyper masculine.
Yeah.
All right? It ain't no place for the soft and the gay and all that type of stuff. You know, that's just the bottom line of hip hop. I don't know where it's gonna go.
Right.
I'm just saying where it was at and
That's
where it is right
foundation.
now. Yeah. So
Okay.
so now nobody really set tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a territorial thing.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's an individual battle. It's like
but
boxing.
now when West Coast get a hold of it, you know, they set tripping out there.
Yeah.
So now you got every little city in America talk about my hood cracking too. Now now they included that along with the fact of what hip hop was, you know, about battling.
Right.
Now the battle came.
Right.
Now it came down to turfing.
Hey, do it.
You know what I'm saying?
But here's my thing. What you saying? How we go from like you said, we went from battling, which I remember the battles,
to
you know,
turfing.
and then turfing my hood this, my hood that, which was okay, but it ain't now.
Nah, not over here.
It's still my hood, and then let's keep it 100.
But who
went
did it
from my
first?
hood. It went from my hood to my state to my coast,
Right.
to my territory. Okay, but
So look,
Who brought the
Hold on.
turfing into it?
But think about it like this. So let me ask y'all something. When New York and the West Coast was beefing, when all of us on the West Coast, all of us from LA and the Bay, when we was like, fuck them niggas in New York, but we wasn't out there. You know how many of these young niggas done died and they put it in their hip hop? I'm saying at some point hip hop took a turn to where, to me, do y'all remember? I know all y'all done seen the movie Godfather and Scarface. Okay, so what happens when the Don wants somebody dead? It's a green light, right?
yeah.
Right.
To me, these niggas is writing green lights in their songs.
No, like I told y'all 2 weeks ago. What's going on right now? What's actually going on in music right now is everybody's a renegade.
Right.
Right. One.
Right.
It ain't no loyalty. It ain't no honor amongst thieves no more. Right.
Yeah.
So these kids right now, they say, I'm gonna make this song.
Yeah.
Right. They create the song and then they go out and do what their song is telling them to do.
It's like they trying to live the damn song.
They writing a movie.
Yeah.
They writing a movie and that's what it is. But we can't pinpoint this generation for the destruction of hip hop. It's always been in a state of being destructive. And the
Yes.
reason why I say that is because hip hop started off as a black, brown. It was a few other cultures, but it was really black and brown.
You there? You
watch
I'm
this.
just waiting for you to land it. I see where you're going with it.
This is where hip hop got fucked up.
Okay.
When we started allowing the white man to control how our money moved.
Okay.
And when that white man said, "Hey, like right now, Rick Rubin is considered the guru of hip hop."
Who? No,
Real shit.
Everybody go to him.
A lot of artists,
He's like
they praise this nigga because he broke a lot of hip hop
they go to him, right?
A lot of
and
the
it's not
superstars,
saying,
too.
It's not saying that it wasn't well deserved,
right.
right? But the thing is how did he take the how did they give him all of that power and make Russell work for it?
You know what? Gerald said something that
okay.
Gerald said
Hold on,
something
watch
that's
this.
really.
What'd he say?
He said that the '90s gave hip hop that mob and mafia influence, which is true. Everybody in their raps was mafioso. This John Gotti, this, and that's true.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying
it's before that.
When it was before that. When blacks and browns allowed everybody to infiltrate what we started. It's the same thing. It's the same
We
thing.
shared our shit with everybody.
It's the same thing right now.
We keep sharing our shit.
Somebody kill a nigga, and the reason why I'm saying that somebody kill a nigga because this is the way they look at us.
Right.
Somebody kill a nigga, a black man, right? And as soon as they go to jail or the court thing is over, we tear shit up, right? And then we forgive them. We forgive them. We the most forgiving motherfuckers in this world. Black folks forgive respectfully.
Because
we forgive a lot of people,
and that's because black folks swear that most black folks say, well, you know, the Bible teaches this because we all black. Most of our people was raised in church. Most of us was. We was raised with some type of. And what did it say? God forgives. But that's what instilled in us.
But the truth is this. My bad, gangster. The truth is this. First of all, 80% of the planet know that the Bible that we have today isn't the Bible from back in the day. Isn't the original Bible.
Correct.
Okay. Everybody know. Let's just put it in plain sight and let's keep it 100.
Okay.
Everybody know that the language that the original Bible was written in was not able to be written in English.
Okay.
Everybody know that the boat that we came over here in, one of the boats' name was Jesus. We all know that. That's a fact, right? So if niggas continue to allow a book that we created to have been duplicated and used against us, and we live off of that system, then we just as wrong as them. That's my first point. The second point is like Gangsta Bricks always say to us. The problem with people are people are scared to challenge things and to go to the source.
Yeah.
Gangsta always say that. And the reason why I know he always say it is because I always go back and look at our videos. He always say that. Nah, Charlie, you saying that, but come on, cuz, you gotta boom, boom, boom. And at this point, you gotta call a spade a spade. Right. Yeah. It's not saying that the Bible wasn't right. But why wouldn't you show why would you hide the original Bible and all of the books and then create a whole bunch of civilizations and then say, okay, this is how we gonna control a world. Right? And then what we're gonna do is when people get tired and start challenging it, we're gonna create another one. And we're gonna call it something completely different.
Right.
And we're gonna do this, but it's all a piggyback to the next thing. Why won't all of the religious figures in this world say, break out the original books. Let us all see it. Let's break out the people that can read those books. I want to know what it really say. Why don't people do that? Why? Because everybody's scared of dying.
Man, they know what could happen.
They know what could happen.
The power has been flexed many of times. You know what I'm saying?
And this is true. Shay Bella said they had to create the narrative to keep us enslaved mentally after physically.
Yeah.
And my cousin said the Vatican got him, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So back to my question. After you.
Okay.
What's the question again?
I'm about to say you gotta give me the question again.
Okay. So my question was, what make a pastor and his message different than a gay man and his message? If this pastor is talking about,
I thought the question
was
perception.
Thank you.
Perception, and that's what
it's what you perceive. That's all I was referring. I was comparing hip hop to old, new, because back in the day, hip hop was more message based.
Right.
It was getting information out.
Yeah, the message.
And now everybody's a free thinker.
Yeah, but I thought
and they believe in self. You know what this is what my life is. If you go on to tomorrow, make a song and say, "Fuck every gay motherfucker in America." This is my song.
Hell no.
And see what happens.
You ain't gonna debate me, nigga. But look, I
that's
thought
what I'm saying.
I thought we was talking about what was. I don't know if it was you or you that came with the question, but it was
the difference between hip hop then and now.
You talking about that one, or where was it poisoned?
Yeah, I think it was where was it poison.
Where was our?
That's why I was saying that's where the poison happened.
Yeah, I mean I'm from Cali, man, but I just got to say the West Coast, man.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because we as a community we make the same mistakes over and over.
Facts.
We don't play chess. We still playing checkers. We knew.
Shout out to man.
When this hip hop culture is created, this energy that has been created and is so strong. When we first rapped about, just off rip, it was street. Everything was street. Nobody thought about all the bad shit that come with the street. We rapped about the fun shit.
It got realer and realer.
But when you rapping about the streets, you have it comes full circle. You can't rap about one part and the other part. Eventually, it surfaces.
Like
so
said,
over time.
So do y'all
Eventually,
think that
hold on. Like you said 3 shows ago, what y'all don't think eventually that little nigga gonna jump off the porch?
Yeah. So okay. For me, for example, I'm a prime example of what hip hop did. You know what I'm saying? I'm a prime example of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I came up in the heart of East Coast, West Coast. And we represent that shit for real.
Fullest.
Like you can come around banging nothing East Coast. We'll make you throw that shit out.
Yeah, facts.
And trust me, we'll make you do it. We pulling up, we snatch you out the car, whatever. We rep that shit. You know what I'm saying? And we young niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's how much of this culture had an influence on us.
It became tribal.
Yeah, it became tribal. You know what I'm saying? And the problem, like Charlie said, we allowed those white men, those corporations to take control. You know what I'm saying? And as black, we was supposed to see it coming. Like we was supposed to see them niggas coming back in the day before slavery. We're playing checkers and not chess, while these niggas is playing chess. They just sitting back, watching us come up with the new shit. And then they start sending niggas at you. Go ahead and he don't like that deal. Go ahead, send one with a skirt. You know, they sitting back and they watching and they just waiting to steal.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy? You know what I was thinking about? Is crazy, right? People always say, you know, it's crazy how in the black culture, or fuck culture. I don't even want to use that word no more in my life. In our reality, right?
Yeah,
this has always been my problem. We know that they put the black man and the black woman against each other.
Man,
we know that they put the black
it.
babies against each other. We know that the same books that they teach in public schools with that our grandparents had them. We just never said nothing, right?
Yeah.
So my problem is this: why is it that in hip hop and in our music and in our fashion and our reality and our podcast and our Facebook and our Instagram, why is it we the only ones that look like we fucked up?
I have a question.
It's the end of days. That's why.
No,
everything that's good.
And I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy.
It's good.
Let me tell you something that's crazy. Niggas been saying it's the end of days since the beginning of the days, right? So we got to keep it 100. Why do we keep allowing people to dictate our lifestyles and the way we deal with each other? Right. It could be simple. In every household, every black man and every black woman can say, the next brother that I see that's messed up in the streets, I'm going to holler at all my sisters and brothers in my family, and we going to give this man $100, and we going to help him. We going to find somebody that can help him get a job. We going to clean him up. It's enough of us to where we can literally go into each community and deal with each people.
That's an easy answer.
And we can build each other up.
That's an easy answer.
Because we don't like each other.
Nigga, we too selfish.
But my point is,
we too selfish. Think about it. A person to sit there and be like, well, shit, I need help too. And you might have a house, a car. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the car you want or the house you want, but nigga, the average person gonna sit there and be like, well, shit, nigga, I need help too. Shit, the kids and these bills and woo they get to complain about all the things that they have in front of this person that don't have nothing.
But if you're a man and a woman in the house,
yeah,
and you say, from here on out, I'm gonna listen to what my wife say. My wife say I'm gonna listen to what my husband say, and my wife can be honest with me, and she can say, baby, you see him? We just bought McDonald's. It cost us $48. We could have took $23 of that $48, spent $25 at Walmart, made tacos that would have cost us a whole lot less. We could have fed everybody in the house, made him a plate, and grabbed him a pair of $23 shoes. True. We have to start calling a spade, bro.
Real shit.
We have to be held responsible for what we do, even if it's just for him to be able to walk a little bit further.
Yeah.
What's the difference in us spending $48 and giving this man $23 and spending $25 telling our kids, hey, the reason why we're not going to McDonald's is because I know it's not healthy for you.
Yeah.
It's going to kill you. So we look at him being hurt, and then we still going to hurt our kids.
Nigga.
But what we put in our body. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, let me ask y'all something.
That's what got to change.
Because I think one thing that I think that hasn't been talked about, honestly. So, as far as that poisoning, do y'all think? And for me, my answer is yes. I'm gonna say it right off the point. Because I'm older than Brick, so I grew up in a different. I grew up when I was growing up, this started hitting big. Do y'all think that the drug epidemic had an influence on not only hip hop, but for hip hop, R&B as a whole?
Who do they dress like?
Most definitely, because
who do they dress like?
It was the D-boy persona that
it was the D-boys who was paying
that brought hip hop to the forefront with the gold chains and the designer.
Who do they dress like?
It was the D-boys that paid for the concert.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
They paid for the fucking show.
But check this out. But guess what the D-boys did? They turned around and said, hey, you know that group that was up there performing? That's my group. White dudes say, hey, man, bring him in. I think I can get him a record deal. I'll give you a percentage.
But y'all talking about D-boys though, Charlie. When I say that, I'm gonna throw something at all of y'all. And I'm gonna throw it at all of y'all. I'm not talking about just D-boys, because we all.
I'm talking about street niggas.
Hold on.
Period.
But listen to me though, Bricks. Charlie, I'm gonna ask you something.
Okay.
And y'all, and then I'm gonna go to Black. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say one to each one of y'all first. Charlie West.
Okay.
What did Jim Hendrix die from?
Drugs.
What had a cause in Rick James's death?
Drugs.
Okay. What was his name? The dude with 5 wives? Older than that? Oh, Bricks wouldn't know his name. I'm sorry, Bricks. I should have gave you somebody easier.
Oh, 5 wives.
Should have given Prince.
Okay, Prince, another one.
Michael Jackson.
He had 5 wives. His name, what was his name? Bobby. No.
Bobby
No.
Blue.
Vivica Fox and all them played his wife.
Why
do fools
fall in
Oh, you talking about
Frankie Lyman.
Frankie Lyman.
Frankie
What did they
Lyman.
all die from?
Drugs.
Okay, now what did Rick James said himself, Charlie? What was he doing when he wrote his songs? When he was doing his music?
Was high.
He was high. What was Jimi Hendrix when he wrote his music? So when I say did the drug epidemic influence, I'm saying that a lot of these people was either on heroin or crack when they was writing this
I see
music.
what you're saying.
So I'm asking
even
y'all,
before hip hop, all the artists was getting high off of something.
Let's keep it real. Dolomite was high as fuck. Richard Pryor, high as fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's all the artists, though. The rock and rollers.
Do y'all think that played? Because to me,
it played a major role.
That threw a monkey wrench in it.
It played a major
Marvin
role.
Gaye. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. So what do y'all think? That's what I'm asking.
Well, you know, back then, when people was getting high, it wasn't like you had any PDAs about don't get high. That's what people did when they had money. Especially black folks because
That's
of
my
the pain,
point.
the
That's my
trauma. As an artist, all the things they had to go through back then. They was getting high, man.
That's my point. Do you see where I'm going,
They
Charlie?
was getting high, but if
That's
we want to talk
What
about
up, JB?
if we want to talk about the streets, a lot of hip hop artists wasn't getting high like that.
Yes, they were.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they
It wasn't
were,
cool
Black
to get high.
Santa.
It wasn't cool to
I'm
get
thinking
high
like in the
hood.
80s.
Well,
Think
you
about
know
it.
what?
LL didn't
That's
do
a lie.
shit.
That's a lie.
Come on, man.
Hamburger, Hamburger told us that him and LL used to be in the same crack house with each other.
You have to. These niggas was high.
And that's a fact.
These niggas was high.
That's a fact.
Okay, Bricks. Let's keep it 100. Bricks. What's a primo, Bricks? Come on, keep it 100. What's a primo, Bricks?
It's cracking a cigarette.
Okay, and a wheeze.
And a
So let's
blunt and
keep
some
it
weed.
100. These niggas was high.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, but all artists, a lot of the artists were getting, even before the hip hop was created, artists was getting high off drugs. It was like a creative thing. Even painters and shit was. You know what I'm saying?
So now you see
But
what
as far as
does it go back to like I said, what does drugs
Mind altering
what does drugs do to the body?
you fuck it up.
No.
make it go faster.
What makes you get high? What makes you get addicted to drugs?
Endorphins, like
Like the releasing of
Your receptors
yeah.
in the brain, right?
Okay.
The brain is a computer, right?
Right.
Right. So when the drugs keep hitting it, you got an overload of the same thing coming in. So the endorphins, the brain starts telling the body, like he said, the endorphins of the body, what to do, right? But it also goes back to energy.
Yeah.
It all goes back to energy. It creates a certain energy. And once that energy is around,
April 15.
it's around.
yeah, release that creativity.
Yeah, it releases that energy. Now, do you think that if we didn't have bad music and we only had good music, that music would be more prominent now in society? Or do you think other things would be bigger?
Other things would probably be.
I think it'd still be just as prominent.
Yeah.
I just think that we're gonna listen to the choices that we have. Like when you go down an aisle with potato chips, there's just all kinds of potato chips. You got all kinds of choices you can make. They got sales, they got tortilla chips, they got all these different flavors. But if you went down an aisle and they only had two type of chips, you only had two type of choices.
So
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to music, we make great music, but the content is so much different.
It was created because we didn't like the choices.
Look, what I'm saying is let's say music was all good music.
Okay.
And music just
Positive.
made you feel good.
Right.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't if people didn't put the negative side of life or
right,
all of the bad things that you saw, right?
Right.
Let's say that wasn't projected.
Okay.
Do you think that a person in Tennessee would have been stuck in the same conditions as a person in LA? No.
That's interesting.
See,
you saying something. You saying something. I want to go back to something that you said before about it being an energy, right?
Right.
Now when I work out every morning, you know, I got to bang that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm banging it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That
you know, like Friday, I was just listening to all Dr. Dre radio. You know what I mean? and the thing is, you know, I can't listen to no Babyface or no Frankie Beverly. You know what I'm saying? I'm working out. You know, I'm getting it. So I seen this commercial that was interesting, and it was this white dude. He was walking through it was on social media, and this white dude was walking through his office, and the caption was, you know, saying something in the sorts of, you know, this is what I be listening to walking through my office. He had his AirPods in, and he was banging that gangster shit. You know, in a suit and everything, walking through, and like you were saying, it's the energy.
Right.
So I don't want to categorize it as good or bad, because you know it's the energy. It never makes me want to go out and shoot somebody.
No,
it just makes me.
aggressive.
It's aggressive.
Look,
it's tribal.
Look.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
provocative.
So imagine
Punch
this.
a nigga in the face.
So imagine a man being in the gym.
Yeah.
And he thinking about his wife, and he want to be the best man he could be. Mm-hmm. And he hear, girl, you know I love you.
Oh, wow.
Now this is a different type of man.
Yeah.
He mentally, he's building himself up. The music ain't building him up.
Right.
The circumstances that he in is building him up.
But that music is motivating him.
No.
Like you said, it's the energy.
It's the energy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying you could get the same effects. You could get the same effects if a man was 5,000 miles away and couldn't get home. He could hear some positive music and still make it home.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's so that's what I'm saying. I think that when they realize that the music influenced people in that light, I think they shot certain music to certain people
to turn up the energy.
Like
Like I said, working out that's
right.
aggressive. But if you take a simple-minded person and they drinking and they smoking and they listen to that every day,
because you
the
got
club gonna get shot up.
You got somebody. You got somebody that could be living right here that listen to DMX, and then you got a dude over here that listen to gospel music, and he could be in the house and he's never heard a DMX song, a Jay-Z song, and never heard nothing.
Yeah.
And he could be the strongest man in the neighborhood.
Oh, so okay. This
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that you could still get to the same results. I think that they literally designed music to say, hey,
you want these niggas killing each other?
hey, we want these niggas to kill each
Yeah, it's
other,
a controlling factor.
and we want him to buy a truck.
Did you know?
Okay, but look.
Yeah, that's no doubt.
Go ahead, Bricks.
Did y'all know? I think it's China. They have their government have to oversee their music.
Everything.
So they have to.
All
So the
their
music
content.
has to be like positive, or it has to be.
Right, we got
They
K-pop.
control.
It
They
has to
control.
represent like the country. It has to be like a positive thing about
Yeah,
the.
they
You know what I'm
control.
saying?
They control their diet.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
So
their content diet.
So you're 100% right, my nigga. Because in other countries, nigga, they control what music is being played because of that shit that you just said right there.
Because they know that what they put out there to elevate them as a society. And look at China, is the strongest country in the world.
They trying to pick a fight right now. They trying to get at us.
Charlie, I'm finna bring it back though,
Okay.
because I want to talk about something you said.
Okay.
So, y'all all just said the same thing I asked y'all. So then, if you bring it back to hip hop with the music, then with what we all just talked about, then we gotta hold them. Okay, because let's keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
You said that we're talking about the old school that influenced the new school.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got Jimi Hendrix who died of an overdose, and you got these niggas that died of an overdose because they was getting high, shooting up, and drinking, and then you got Lil Wayne who was drinking lean 24/7. But where'd he get it from? You got motherfuckers, like I said, primos, the old school people, they smoke primos. So then you got these little niggas snorting cocaine. Where'd they get it from? So you got to hold when you say influence, for me, everything they did was a progression to poisoning what hip hop was going to be. Because to me, and I'm going to keep it 100 because it was.
That's real.
Because honestly, even, and I know we talking about, Charlie don't like the word culture, but there's some people who start using it and they did the same thing. Janis Joplin was white. Janis Joplin was one of the most soulful women that we. What did she die?
Not like Tina Marie.
Not like Tina. But what did Janis Joplin die from?
Drugs.
Okay. So what I'm saying.
But guess who she was around?
Betty Wright.
They was singing.
And who else?
Singing what they pain.
Jimmy. She was around Jimmy. Okay, but what I'm saying is, you jump 2 generations, right? If you don't, they always say, like I put it on my thing today. If you don't know, you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from.
Right.
So, if you looking at, we all talked about where hip hop started and where these influences came from, but it wasn't just the influences of music that they gave us, that they gave this generation. They told this generation, you know what? I was a millionaire and I was a heroin addict. I was a millionaire and I was a coke fiend. I was a millionaire and I was beating the shit out of my girl. This is what they told them. This is what they told them. And it's bad to say but keep it 100.
But we knew that we were slaves and we picked cotton.
Right.
We knew that we came from Africa. We knew that it was already blacks in America before America was America. We knew that we had a major influence on the world globally as a people.
Yeah.
We knew this already.
Yeah.
What happened was they instilled fear.
Boom.
And when they instilled the fear,
That part.
we still haven't been able to get it back.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yep.
That's-
That's exactly.
You're right,
In a
Gerald. They
nutshell.
made it okay to be toxic.
That's
That exact
exactly
is
what
what
it
they did.
Well, they made
They made it okay to be toxic.
They made us fear dying, because once you domesticate it, you fear death. You know what I'm saying? When you got a domesticated dog, you know what I'm saying, he gonna behave. He don't want to
Yes.
get beat. He don't want no phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when them wild motherfuckers, you can't make that motherfucker
Do
nothing.
shit.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
He living in his element.
So the question is are these kids rebels or are they fucked up?
Oh, they fucked up.
They fucked up.
I think they rebels.
No, here's the reason why I
Go
don't think
deeper
they.
then.
This is because
that's what I think.
Go
Yeah.
deeper then.
Watch this.
Make that make sense to me.
make it
Watch
make sense
this.
to me too.
Watch this. Hey, little nigga, you got to chill with that shit. No, nigga, fuck you. Nah, homie, it is what it is. You got more kids dying for what they believe right now than anybody in history.
The belief don't mean nothing. It's
Nah,
about the fact that they
it's what-
standing for.
It's what they believe.
Exactly.
Not what we believe. It's
Right.
what they believe.
That's what I
is
meant
it
by
that.
that.
Wait, that don't make sense. Because what is it they
Look,
believe?
look.
It don't matter.
I know.
Look.
But wait, it do because I mean I've seen numbers, and I've noticed the suicide rate has gone up,
It's showing the
especially in
fuck
hip hop
has.
for some crazy reason, drugs probably. But as far as
Overdoses.
what is it that they represent so much that they dying for?
Look.
I mean, I understand the hood shit because I mean the gangbang culture. Yeah, that's the only thing I can only think about because
I'm not even referring to that.
Right.
You have
Okay.
more kids now that say what they want to say
Than it was
than
generations ago.
it's ever been in generation. You have more kids
Right.
that got
I get what you're going
podcasts.
with it.
You got kids that are starting their own businesses. They're saying fuck your schools, fuck college. I'm not finna have a $150,000
talking, man.
bill. I'm gonna start a business and put it in a trust. You got more kids, more young cats now that's saying, nah,
Yeah,
nah, homie, I'm gonna buy that myself.
Right.
This crack money, y'all ain't scaring me with that no more.
Yeah.
We hustling, we doing this, we doing that, we rapping, we traveling, we doing all that. So you can't lock us all up.
Let me ask you this question: do you think that we're finally in the nucleus of a real revolution?
They don't want to grow old and they don't want to be controlled under the other structure.
Absolutely.
Because
These
now
youngsters
with the
is doing it. Shout out to the youngster Bond Rebel.
Because now with the technological revolution and everything out in the forefront, we got a level playing field.
Now check this out.
You get it?
Back to go off of what you're saying right now. Tell me, with all the shit that's going on right now, with all of these kids doing all this shit, all these drugs, all of this shit that's going on, the shootings and the guns and everything that's going on, right? In the 60s, they would have ran in your shit. In the 70s, they would have ran in your shit. In the 80s, they would have ran in your shit. In the 90s, they would have ran in your shit. In the early 2000s, they was locking niggas up, running in them houses. Show me on the news right now where you see a lot of police running in houses now. They scared of these kids. And the reason why I say they scared of these kids is because now they using pharmaceuticals to kill them in the streets. Because nothing else ain't working.
That don't sound like fear. They using another way to get at you. Because from what I see.
No, what I'm saying is before, if we fought, we lost the fight.
Yeah.
Now they know that they don't really have a chance. Because these kids don't have nothing to lose. You done took everything from them. Tupac said it. Tupac said, "We hungry, we hungry." Oh, yeah. And then eventually it's going to get to the point where they're going to say,
picking the lock and I'm coming through blasting. And what's
They are too fast for the system.
What's happening is this, damn, that was dope. Whoever said that.
Gerald said these kids are too fast for the
system has not caught up with the mentality of these kids. So what they doing is they putting drugs in the streets to slow them down now.
Let me ask you this. What good is going to come from these youngsters and what's going on? Tell me something that something good that's going to come out of this.
What's good going to come out of it is I honestly think
I can tell you two things.
I think that they going to change.
You got more young business owners now.
Boom. I like that. Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah. Right. More entrepreneurs, yeah.
And now you have more graduates. They just had 568 black doctors come out of black historical colleges.
Okay, that's good.
Right?
Yeah.
In 2022.
They're not afraid to go up.
They're
not afraid to go up against the machine because they don't see it as a machine.
Yeah, but if you graduating from a major college as a doctor, nigga, you're a part of that machine.
Just hear me out.
Just wait.
No.
Just let me get it out.
Yeah. Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Those doctors, you know what I'm saying? That college they went to, that was a white college. Wait, just stop. Let me get it out, because even the black colleges are ran by white folk, my nigga. So it's like this is how I look at it. Or when they get the job as a doctor, it's that hospital. They got to answer. They got to answer to some white man. At the end of the day, you got to answer to somebody who runs this hospital, my nigga. So I feel that when I say I need something good that come out of this, the one good thing you said was the entrepreneurship, because they ain't got to answer to them. Because they are their own boss. As an entrepreneur, you're your own boss. As far as the rebel part of me, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I respect I respect every college, my nigga. I push education. I give you that. But I still know those colleges, even the black ones, they are controlled by it's some white family who runs behind the scenes that you don't see or know of or whatever, runs the colleges. I don't know one college that's 100% owned
Langston
and ran
Hughes.
by a black
Langston
person.
Hughes University.
It's totally
100%.
So ain't no white man sitting back collecting no check.
When I graduated from high school, I visited Langston Hughes because I was offered a scholarship.
Yeah,
Langston Hughes.
So we got one.
Now watch this. Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to compare apples to oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you work at?
Coca-Cola.
Right?
Yeah.
I can take a bottle of Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
pour it on the battery.
Yep. And clean the battery.
And clean the battery, right?
Yep. The corrosion off the battery.
Right?
Yep.
Is that and you gonna drink it? I'm gonna drink it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's one. If I'm stranded on the side of the road and my terminal is fucked up on my car,
Mm-hmm.
I can take that bottle of Coca-Cola and pour it on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's two evils.
Mm-hmm.
But one evil was helping me get home.
It's all about perception.
It's all about perception.
Gotcha.
All I'm saying is this. Even if it's 583 doctors
Mm-hmm.
that go into a hospital that's corrupted,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 583 households
Mm-hmm.
that still can go home and talk to their kids and make their kids better people.
Mm-hmm.
It's 583 examples.
Right.
This ain't no drug house,
Gotcha.
right?
It's a start.
It's a start, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not eliminating the fact of white influence in our society.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that
Mm-hmm.
because I would be foolish to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right about that. The only thing that I'm saying is if we expect to get to a place
Mm-hmm.
that's better than what we see,
Mm-hmm.
we have to see examples of better.
Okay. I like that.
That's all I'm saying.
You need
Right.
somebody that look like you that's doing what you
Right.
want to do.
Right.
Like a kid could look on TV and see LeBron,
Right.
Right.
and he could say, damn, I need to beat LeBron's record. Now he has a ceiling.
He has a goal.
No, he has a ceiling.
The worst thing that happened to us, man, is when they took the Cosby Show off.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
In a different
When
world,
they was able to take the
best
Cosby
thing,
Show
no,
off.
the best
man.
thing
They
that
stopped.
happened to us is when they assassinated Cosby in front of us.
Yeah. The worst thing.
That's the best thing.
Why the best? Break that down.
Because for a while, us as a people looked at the Bill Cosby Show as a show without flaws. We personalized that family thing because most black people in America had never seen a family situation like that. But when they assassinated Cosby in front of us, it allowed us to see him in a vulnerable state with his real wife and show how that woman stood behind him.
She sure did. She even
That's what I'm talking about.
when your wife remember
That's what I'm
Cosby was
talking
finna
about.
get sued for $400-something million,
So
and his wife said, "You know what? This is how we gonna keep our money." What did she do? She filed for divorce, and he didn't contest what she wanted. Why?
And she took the money.
She took the
her
money.
hand.
And then what happened?
Wow.
They still together. But look,
Yeah.
Yo,
but what she
that's
did,
some
that-
gangsta
that's
ass
some
shit,
gangsta ass
nigga.
But see,
that's some gangsta
Yo,
ass shit.
But see,
hard.
that's the reality.
That was a bad motherfucker
Look,
right there.
That's the reality.
Niggas
of,
need to hear that
of a
story.
thinking family.
That's a thinking. She thought she
Men
said,
and
look,
women need to hear that
no,
story.
Bricks. He was finna get sued by all these different women. It was hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. His wife said, "Okay, I'm not losing my money. We not losing our money. This is what we earned." She
Man.
said, "Boom, this is what I'm
Man.
filing for in the divorce.
Master
you
plan.
don't all you got to do is say I'm not
Master
contesting my wife's
plan.
divorce. Bam, bam, boom. She
That's some
get the
gangsta
money.
ass shit.
But look, but here's the kicker though. So we're going to fast forward.
Right.
Everybody know how much I love the idea of the songs R. Kelly made.
Right.
What he did, come on. Everybody can. Stevie Wonder and my mother, which is hard of hearing, can decipher. Hey,
Yeah.
it looked like a duck, quack like a duck.
Right.
It is a duck. My mama can see it. She can't hear it. Stevie Wonder can't see.
He
Can't hear it.
he
Can't see it, but he can hear it.
Right.
So check this out, bro. The problem is, and it has always been this way. We set the tone for how society, how we set the tone for the idea of what we want to be.
Okay.
And then what happened is society turns it into a martyr.
Right.
and make it explode in our face. Right? So, like you said, our problem is we talk too much.
Man.
We tell the right hand what the left hand is doing too much.
All the time.
Why not just say, hey, everybody that know each other, we give up $100. Let's go ahead and build a center. Let's buy 10 acres. Why the fuck we got to tell you that we gonna buy 10 acres? You ain't gonna call us and tell us when you go to buy a house.
Exactly.
Or when you build your shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we building something over here, if we own the land, why we got to tell you what we putting on our land?
Yep.
Right? True. And here's the other side of the fence. Why do we think that we have to only borrow land and get stuff from white America? Why don't we go to the natives?
Oh.
Why don't we go to the natives and ask them, hey, can we do a treaty? We'll build you want to build a farm here? Let us put our money in with you. Let's build a farm here. And let's live how you want it. Let's treat it the way y'all want it to be treated. Let's give it away to the families. Let's give it away. Y'all own it. All we got to do is go get the bags.
Gerald said leftover slave mentality. Our
Thank
culture is too open to expose.
We've been eating leftovers.
Man.
But the natives and the Africans, man, they got issues with each other.
And that's crazy. We used to be
you know why though?
Yeah.
We know why.
We got the common enemy.
We know why.
Yeah. We used to be the same people.
Well, they used to slave us too.
We used to be them. They were us. We were the same people at one time.
The truth be told, and you can go look it up. Anybody that contests what I'm saying can go look it up. We were here before the natives were.
We were the natives. We are who they talking about. It was when Christopher Columbus pulled up. It was a bunch of niggas look like us that was at the damn beach. It was niggas like us that greeted them, nigga.
They gave the natives the title, but indigenous people, if you go back and look at the old chiefs, them niggas was black.
I know. That's what I'm saying. California is named after a African princess, Queen Khalifa.
Hey, guess what El Paso? Guess what El Paso mean in Spanish?
What?
Trespassing.
Ooh.
And guess why they call El Paso El Paso, because it was right next to New Mexico, which they were gonna force slaves into Mexico to bring them back into a New Mexico to trick them to think that they was going somewhere else. They was gonna put them in the water, do a circle, and push them back over into the same, and then tell them they was trespassing in American land to try to steal all the land from the people that was here.
Wow,
that's the truth. But that's conversations that people don't want to have.
Y'all, we gotta wrap this up, y'all.
So,
hey, we had a good show.
Damn,
we did that.
Damn, we really did that today.
We did that.
This was interesting.
It was. I would like to go deeper on that one.
We can, you know what I'm saying? But because just for me, I think yeah, we said some things people didn't know about. Yeah,
man.
We said some things people didn't know about
at a high rate.
So my thing is now when people say I'm gonna match your energy, I'm digging that.
Yeah.
If your energy project love to me, I'm gonna love the shit out you.
You motherfucking right.
If your energy projects something negative towards me,
I'm matching that.
No, I'm not even matching it.
Yeah, I'm just not jumping on the train.
I'm just going. I'm gonna match your energy with something that's more powerful.
I'm gonna get away from you.
I'm gonna get away from
you.
That's how you match energy.
Like
you got to deal with your own energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I don't, if I make you look at your own energy, then you got to deal with yourself on that.
Yeah.
I ain't got to deal with that. I'm only matching the energy that I like.
Yeah, it
Real
is.
shit. Yeah, I feel you.
If my energy is cool and it's laid back and it's nurturing and it's vibrating at a level that's at a place where you can't look at me in a negative light, then you don't have no way but to treat me the way I want you to treat me.
That is. Right. See, I knew we was gonna have a good show because we started it off with the dozens, y'all. Y'all don't know, but we family, so we start our show off talking about each other, you know.
And we
I did it on text. We was on text.
Is that what y'all was doing when I was texting?
I was on text. I text both of Charlie and Bricks and told them they were some funny looking people and they looked like Grover and Fred and Grady from Fred Sanford.
Hey yo,
and did you tell them what you look like, the baby from Fraggle Rock?
Hey, she tried to go in on me against the Bricks earlier.
Sure did,
I told her she looked like Alf.
Yeah. See, that's how you know you can start. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's when you know it's gonna be
a beautiful day.
It's the right energy.
Beautiful day because we started off, nigga.
We had a good day.
She created the right energy.
Created the right energy.
Though. She created the right energy.
So
that was right.
Hey y'all, like we always say, if it's not on your mind, it is in your face.
It is.
We are the committee, man.
Yes, sir.
Your girl Crick Loke.
It's your boy Charlie West.
It's your boy Gangsta Bricks.
And our special guest.
Tell them who you is, man.
I'm Black Santa, as they call me.
My nigga,
hey, let me explain something to y'all. This nigga really look like Black Santa, man.
I'm telling you, look at my nigga. This me, my niggas did. I did time with Santa Claus, y'all.
Man, y'all, this man probably walk. But I'm gonna let y'all know now. He couldn't walk in my house talking about ho ho ho, nigga. I'm putting something in him. He look like you probably, you know what I'm saying?
This Santa probably carried too, nigga.
Hey, he ain't the same Santa.
This is a different Santa. This is Santa from the hood, nigga. He know where he at. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga look like D-Shot with a this nigga look like D-Shot with a fucking white beard. Fuck that. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga running around looking like D-Shot.
Hey, so look, y'all. Hey, we'll see y'all next week, man.
Yeah, man.
We gonna do
next
it
week.
again.
Miss D gonna be back next week. She in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, she'll be back.
I'm gonna get on her motherfucking head too. Cause I feel like
and we thank all of y'all for tuning in with us. We had a great show. We love y'all participating with us, and yeah.
Hey,
appreciate y'all.
Like y'all, like look, hey, like I said, if it ain't on your head, it's in your face.
It's in your face.
It's your boy Charlie West,
and we out.
Yes, sir.